Hello everyone, I am Gopal Gupta and today I am going to discuss Python list comprehension. So today's agenda point is we will talk about introduction to list comprehension, advantages of list comprehension, nested list comprehension and some key point to remember about the list comprehension. So let's see what is list comprehension. So basically the list comprehension offers a shorter syntax. As you know about the list, I assume that you have a good knowledge of list. You can create a list or you can apply all the inbuilt methods, you can apply loop over the list. If you know, then you can easily learn the list comprehension. It offers a shorter syntax when you want to create a new list based on the value of an existing list or iterative element. If you have any iterative element and you want to create a new list using that iterative element, then we can use a list comprehension. Python community encouraging developer and programmer to write efficient and easy to understand and almost as simple to read code, so that they give a concept of list comprehension. List comprehension is one of the features which can be used within a single line of code. With the help of list comprehension, we write our code or we can generate a new list in a single line of code. That can also be possible via some looping, via some inbuilt method to create a new list. But list comprehension gives us a shorter syntax. So let's say what are the syntax to create a list comprehension. If you want to create a list comprehension, we simply write the name of object. For example, here we write name of object create underscore list is equal to square bracket. As you know, this is represented by square bracket. Inside the square bracket, we write the expression, what we want inside the list. We write that expression and then some looping and some conditions. It returns a new list. When we execute this syntax, it returns a new list without changing the old. For example, to understand the list comprehension, let's see an example. Suppose I have a task to create a list of elements having 50 natural number that is starting from 1. I want to create a list in which we have 1 to 50 like this. Suppose I want to create a list in which there is some number 1, 2, 3, 4 and up to 50. So what are the approach to create this list? There are two approaches. Either we use looping or we can use list comprehension. The first we will see how we can generate this list using looping. So I am going to write a code using a looping. So suppose if you want to solve this problem, what we will do, we first create an empty list. So to create an empty list, we write L is equal to square bracket. Then we apply some for loop. Suppose I write for and take a variable in and generate a sequence of number that is beginning from 1 to 50. And simply we append with the help of append function. We append the value I inside our list. At the last we can print with the help of print command. Suppose I print it and check the output. Just wait. Our interpreter is running. Oh, there is a syntax error. Here we have to write I and end. It generates a list of n natural number, 50 natural number. This is a one approach to generate a new list. Let's see the same problem how we can solve with the help of list comprehension. According to syntax, first we write what we want. We want an expression. First we write the expression. So I write L is equal to, here L is our object, then put the square bracket. According to syntax, first we write the expression. Here I want to have a list of value that is I. Suppose I want to create a list having some value, that value is represented by I. Or what is I? For I in range 1 from 50. That's it. When we execute it and print the L, it will give us the same answer. Run it. This is a list comprehension. As you can see, the same problem can be solved by using a loop, okay, and writing by 3 line of code. If I exclude the print statement, the list comprehension does same task in a single syntax. Let's see another example. Suppose you want to create a list having some number. Okay? Create a new list which only contain those numbers from a given list which are divisible by 5. So suppose I have given a list of some element like old list. I want to create a new list using this list. Okay? That new list contain only those numbers which are divisible by 5. Means our output should be like 12 is not divisible by 5, 34 is not divisible by 5. That our new list contain only 5, 25, 45, 90, 15, 145, 65. So how we will achieve this? Okay. Again, we have two approaches. Either we can use looping or we can use list comprehension. So suppose I am going to write here a code using loop. So let's create a new list as an empty list. Then apply for loop for I in your old list. Then put a condition if your I is divisible by 5. If this condition is met, then what we will do? We will append I into our new list. The new list dot append your I. That's it. Then print the new list. Print new underscore list and execute it. The list is created. The list having those numbers which are divisible by 5. So list comprehension can be used to create a new list. List comprehension can be used to create a new list using existing some iterable item. What are the iterable items? Like list. List can be iterated, string can be iterated, tuple can be iterated, sets can be iterated, dictionary can be iterated. So all iterable item can be used to create a list comprehension. You are creating a list using list comprehension. Okay. Let's see the same example using list comprehension. Here we have to create a new list. So I took a variable, a new list is equal to. Okay. You should remember the syntax. First, what we want. What are the expression? So I want a value that is represented by I. From where we want to pick the value of I. So I will be for I in which list? Which iterable item? From old list. Then put some condition, because here we want only those numbers which are divisible by 5. So here we put after the for loop a condition. If your I is divisible by 5, I is equal to 5. Run it and print it. Print new list. Run it and see the result. There is indentation error and run it. So you can see our new list having only those numbers which are divisible by 5. I can verify. This is your old list. Using existing list, we can create a list, okay, with the help of either loop or with the help of list comprehension. So again, let's see the syntax. What are the syntax? So first we write the object name, square bracket, then we put an expression, what we want as a result, then we can apply some for loop and some condition. So this is simple syntax. Now talk about some the advantages. We will see example 3 after advantages. So what are the advantages of using list comprehension? As we know, the same task can be solved by looping also. So why we go for list comprehension? Why developer demanded? Why developer uses list comprehension concept? The first is it requires fewer line of code. As you can see the example 1 and example 2, the same task can be done by looping using 3 or 4 line of code. But using list comprehension, we can done same task using a single line of code. Code is faster. List comprehension is faster than looping. Why? Think about it. In looping, first we create an empty list. Then we iterate. And in iteration, we call and time append function. The calling append function and resizing a list. Once you create an empty list and when you try to append a new item, each and every time our list will be resized. It takes time. Our comprehension code is faster because Python will allocate the list memory first before adding the element to it. But if we talk about looping, in looping, each and every time when you append, our list will be resized. It takes time. It also avoids having to make call to append. In list comprehension, we never call append function. It looks like a simple formula, hence making them easy to use. As you remember when you read algebra, how we write the expression. If you see the example, here with list comprehension looks like a simple formula. Here I for I in old list. What is I? I belong from old list if this condition is met. So, in algebra, like expression we can write in list comprehension. The next agenda is nested list comprehension. We can also create a nested list comprehension. What are the nested list comprehension? When we want to create a list inside a list, suppose I want to create a nested list. So if you want to create a nested list, again there are two approaches. Either we use nested loop to create a nested list, or we can use nested list comprehension, the concept. The concept of nested list comprehension is we can write list comprehension concept inside the list comprehension. For example, suppose I want to create a list having a list of elements, some elements like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can write list comprehension syntax like this. Inside this we can write expression, then some for loop, then some if condition. After that again we can write for loop like this. So let's see how we can create a list comprehension. Just a bit. So to create a list comprehension, here we take an example. Suppose you want to create a nested list as below. I want to create this nested list using looping. This list is looks like a matrix. Okay. The first element have 3 elements, the second element have 3 elements, the third element have 3 elements as a list. You can say that this is your first row, this is your second row, and this is your third row. So how we will create using loop? Let's see. The logic is first we create an empty list. As I told you earlier, before learning this topic, you have a knowledge of list. So first you read about the list, some inbuilt methods, then go for list comprehension. So here we create an empty list, then apply some for loop. So first you can see there are total 3 number of elements. So first we write the loop which execute 3 times. Here I write a loop for I in range 1, 4. It executes 3 times. For I in. After that, you can see inside each and every element there are total 3 number of elements. So again, the upper list have 3 elements, or inside upper list there are 3 lists, or inside inner list there are 3 elements. Here I am going to put a loop which execute for 3 times. Suppose for j in range 1, 4. Now what you have to do, you have to first create this inner list and append into a upper list. To create an inner list, I am going to again take a temporary list, a variable named temp or empty list, and generate the inner list. So what we will do, we write temp dot append j. So what does this code do? When we execute our j for I is equal to 1, our j loop will be executed 3 times. J will be start from 1 to 3. It will add 1, 2 and 3 into our temp list, and after executing the inner loop, I will append the temp into our matrix list. It will create our first element in our nested list. Temp. That's it. Execute it. First print. Matrix and execute it. Let's see. It create a list. It create a list having list as element. The same task can be done by list comprehension also. As you can see here, we put 2 times loop. This inner loop is used to create the inner list. So when we apply list comprehension, first we write the logic for inner loop. What we want? We want this number j, and we create a list using the loop for j. Then same list comprehension will be executed how many times? The number of times as we apply for upper loop. So let's see how we can write. Here I choose a name matrix as our final list. Then we apply square bracket. This is our list. Inside this list we are going to create a inner loop, a inner list. We write again a square bracket, and what we want? We want suppose I, from where? We want j, for j in range 1, 4. This line of code, this small line of code will create a list having value 1, 2 and 3. How many times we want to create this list? Then again there are some conditions. We want to create 3 sublists. So again after this list comprehension we apply for loop for I in range 1, 4 and execute it. Print matrix. It will create the same list. If you compare these two code, you can easily understand how list comprehension, how nested list comprehension can be right. Okay? As you can see, here we put first for loop for I. Why? Because our nested list have 3 sublists, 3 lists as a element. Then it will execute 3 times these all code. Inside this code, we write a for loop for j, which create a list inside a list. The same code is for j. The same code is written first. The first we write a logic to create a inner list. To create an inner list, we write j for j in range 1 to 4. This list comprehension concept is executed how many times? Again for I is equal to 1, 2 and 3. It will execute 3 times. This is a concept of list comprehension. List comprehension is just like a nested list, where we write loop inside a loop. And the same concept we can write list comprehension concept inside the list comprehension. Then some agenda point to remember, key points. Comprehension of the list is an effective way of describing and constructing the list based on the current list. If you have current list, you can use list comprehension to generate a new list using a single line of code. List comprehension is more lightweight and simpler than standard list creation using loop. If you use same looping concept, you have to write multiple line of code. So when we see the list comprehension code, it is very neat and clean. It is just like a mathematical statement. It is very easy to understand also. Never write longer code for list comprehension. Okay. This is not mandatory, but it is a suggestion. Okay. Try to use list comprehension into a small code. Okay. Never, you can, for example, suppose you want to create a 3-dimensional list, a 3-dimensional matrix. That can be also possible using list comprehension, but try to avoid the longer code. Every comprehension of the list can be rewritten using loop. Whatever you write using list comprehension can also be write using loop, but every loop concept cannot be converted into list comprehension. Vice versa is not possible. You cannot write every loop using list comprehension. List comprehension are useful and can help you write elegant code that's easy to read, debug, but they are not the right choice for all circumstances. There are some circumstances where you apply some nested loop. Inside the nested loop, you have to apply some if condition, or you want to apply some methods, inbuilt method. That is not possible using list comprehension. So simply, if you see the syntax is very neat and clean. If you have a problem where you want to generate a list, using either existing or creating your own, simply write the expression. If you have a problem where we can solve using some expression, then we go for list comprehension. But you have a problem where you want to apply some expression as well as some methods, then it is not possible. That's it. There is more example, one more example, example 3. I will pause for a couple of minutes and try. You can try the solution for this. The question is, you have to create a new list from a given list. A list is given, that is price. The price list has some positive values and some negative values as well. You have to create a new list using this list which contain only positive value and replace the negative value by 0 using list comprehension. Think about it. I think all are think and write the code. Let's see the solution, how we can generate. As you can see, price is our list. We have to create a new list. So here I write new price as a object name, new price as a object name, is equal to, we have to do this task by list comprehension. First, what we want. First, suppose I assume I want x. Any expression. Okay. What will be the x? X, from where you want to choose the x? Okay. I want to choose x from x in your price. But there is a condition. We want to replace this negative value like minus 0.90, minus 0.12.4, minus 0.23 by 0. In our earlier example, when we generate a new list using existing list, we simply traversing the list and putting some value via some condition. But here we are going to replace value by 0. If you want to replace value by 0, then you have to put condition first before the looping. So this is a syntax. If you have this scenario where you want to create a new list, but you also want to replace value from existing list via some value, then you have to put iteration just before the for loop. So you can write x if x is greater than 0. How we can identify a given value is positive or not, positive or negative? If value is greater than 0, it is positive, otherwise it is negative. If we write like mathematical expression x if x greater than 0, else, otherwise 0. If your value is not greater than 0, then put 0 for what number? For x in price. Just execute it. Print new price and run it. It will generate a new list having all positive values, and you can easily verify that minus negative value is replaced by 0. Let's see. The first value positive 1.23, the second value minus 0.23, that is replaced by 0. Next value 23.5 as it is. Next value minus 12.4, that is replaced by 0, and so on. So thanks to for watching this lecture series. In the next lecture series we will talk about another Python's concept. If you have any query, then you can post. Thank you.